Sheranian, and this is my second hour. Are we on? Okay, we'll try that again. We're on the air. And this is my second hour, and my guest is Marilyn Star Harris. I hadn't seen the star in there before. How many years have I known you? And I didn't realize that. Is that really your name, or
yes?
Did you, when you were modeling and doing such things, did you add that to it?
I did.
Did you?
I did it. It's
well, the
a
reason I
family
ask
name
it is a family name.
Absolutely.
Because I worked under a name. The last name was Star. I can't remember
Really?
what the Blair Star, Blair Holiday, some different names. But that stopped me because I hadn't seen that anywhere. That's great.
One of my ancestors was part of the group that formed Harvard University.
Really?
Dr. Comfort Star.
Interesting.
Yes.
Marilyn and I tried to remember, Marilyn, how long I have known you, and I've been up here about 28 years, and it seems to me I ran into you when I first moved up here. And we've had some history, and I can't remember any of it. But I know that we were both going through stuff with children, which was not always fun, sometimes painful. But as far as I can remember back, and I'm going to have Marilyn tell us, you have been involved in something glamorous.
Really?
As far back as I can remember you talking about. So let's start with where were you born and where did you come from and how you got started. We've never done this. We've visited briefly over the years. But
I'm delighted to reconnect with you, Pat. It's fun.
This is fun. I appreciate your coming in. When I found out what she was doing, and we're going to also, it started out with the Thomas Jefferson Center talking about things that are going on with our Constitution. And then I realized that a neighbor friend told me that she's also in this business and of color and makeup and, well, just all kinds of good things here that we're going to talk about. And I'm particularly interested right now because I'm starting the Sheranian School for the Performing Arts, and we're going to focus on television and radio and dance and singing and modeling on the runway and print and acting. It's going to be a really fun thing. And we're going to use these studios, so it's going to work. I got a long hallway out there. They can walk and learn to step and step. So go back to your history. You were born and a babe, and where were you?
I was born in my grandmother Star's home in Springville, Utah, in her living room. And my grandmother was the midwife to the doctor that delivered me.
No kidding.
Really.
Wow.
So I'm native-born Utah.
That's interesting. Why did I think you were from California? Did you live in California?
No.
You've always been here.
People always think that I'm from somewhere else.
Well, let's see. You had, I want to remember what you had, but you had a photo studio at the last time.
We had a makeover photo studio. I began this whole thing because we had some financial problems and we needed to have a loan. We needed to get a loan. And the banker would only give us the loan if I took over the Merle Norman studio in the University Mall.
Oh, I remember. Oh, my goodness, Merle Norman.
Right.
That company's gone, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Is it
they're
still
around. They're around in some places. But I got my baptism of fire with Merle Norman. And I got into the beauty world and I realized that it was a guessing game. It was full of a lot of misinformation and hype and gimmick. And so
Fillers.
Right, fillers.
Vaseline and things that clogged your pores. I remember that, yeah.
Yes, and so I just
have you
really
been
went after research and
Good.
Found breakthroughs in color and breakthroughs in skincare. Everything I do is based on light. And I found some amazing answers, and they always work.
Good. Well, we're going to talk about them because I'm looking for a good color line, and I was going to private label, but you came in the door, and when we talked earlier, I thought, I don't know if I need to invent the wheel. And
I took the line down to Neiman Marcus years ago before I had it packaged like it is now. She said, you have the most thorough color line I've ever seen.
That's a big statement this day and age.
It is, and from Neiman Marcus, it's remarkable. I would like to be sure we talk about Thomas Jefferson today.
Oh, we're going to.
Okay.
I am visiting with a friend for many, many years, Marilyn Harris, and I'm so grateful she's here. We're going to go to a commercial break for Kyanie, and there is a meeting tonight locally in Orem at a home before you go up Provo Canyon. If you're interested in going with me, please give a call. The meeting starts about 7:15. We're usually through about 8:45, and it's local. We have the speaker tonight, Mike Akagi. He's here from Hawaii. He'll be talking about these products, and most of you know my story. I was an adult onset diabetic with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, crippling arthritis, and for 14 years took medication and diabetes and the headaches and all that went along with it. And I started these products about 16 months ago, and within a month I was off of all medications. My diabetic doctor, after 8 months, shook my hand, said, "Go find another doctor. You don't need a diabetic doctor anymore." And besides that, I had this incredible energy that comes along with it. So we're going to run a commercial right now, and we'll be right back to you.
Hi, I'm Mary Louise Zeller, an independent distributor with Kyanie. I, in 3 years, have achieved the rank of Blue Diamond. Let me tell you about one of Kyanie's 3 products they call the Triangle of Health. It's called Sunset, Kyanie Sunset. It's based on wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, so it's a very, very high quality omega-3 fish oil, and it's guaranteed to be free. Hi, this is Mary Louise Zeller. I'm an independent chemicals like cadmium, mercury, PCBs, all of which cause cancer, but this is guaranteed to be mercury-free. What makes this product a breakthrough in human health product, though, are the vitamin E tocotrienols that it's preserved by, and these tocotrienols, if you even go to pubmed.gov, Public Medicine, the U.S. National Medical Library online, put in the search box tocotrienols, and you will see that if it's not talking about cardiovascular health, brain health, it's talking about being anti-tumor, anti-cancer. This product is a breakthrough in human health.
Okay, we're back. This is Pat Sheranian. I was on the last hour, but things have really changed. My 12 to 1 o'clock hour is now filled with brand new hosts. And I'm now hosting from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. And today I have Marilyn Starr Harris on with me, which I'm very excited about because just yesterday, I love having things come to me quickly when you put it out in the air and you mean it. And I'm starting this the Sheranian School of the Arts, and that means all of the arts that you can think of. But because I have modeling in my background, I have a granddaughter that's wonderful. She's graduating from the U of U in ballet, and she's going to be teaching. So a lot of new things have come into my life, and I thought, why not? Let's do this all over again. But I need a color line. A neighbor mentioned your name, and here you are. Now, because this book is sitting in front of me, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and I have not seen a book like this since Jerry Pickney, and I can't think of her first name, Swenson. They had Color Me Beautiful, and that was in 1970, and I don't even think of a book that has come out since then. So I want to hear about this book because it is absolutely, this is the Bible. I mean, what isn't in here for if you're looking for fashion as far as makeup is concerned. So, and skin care. I think more so than ever we care what goes in our body because we care what's coming out as far as how we look and what's coming through our pores and if we're antioxidant or if, what are we going through. And so now that has become more of a science than ever before.
That's right.
So tell us about how you put this together.
I did.
Okay, so we skipped some chapters. I want to go back to you were at Neiman Marcus and you were in makeup. And then something happened because I'm trying to remember in there all the things I remember about you and I can't remember.
Well, I was thrown into the beauty world, and I had to swim, not sink. And I studied everything that I could get my hands on because I had to make the businesses successful. And as I studied those things, I realized that they were gimmick and misinformation and a lot of hype. And so I asked myself, is there truth underlying the elements of beauty? Number one being color, second one being style, the third one being health. And I spent 7 years of research. The first 3 years I studied everything on the market in color and style. And after a while I said, this is a guessing game. This is not based on science that you can trust and depend on. And so I spent the next 3.5 years studying all the color grades. That led me back to Sir Isaac Newton. And
Really?
Sir Isaac Newton beamed light through a prism, broke it into the colors of rainbow. And I was so delighted when I found him. because that gave me a scientific constant. The light breaking into the rainbow is something that will never change. Our rainbow doesn't go to orange and black on Halloween or red, white, and blue on the 4th of July. People think that's funny, but so many of the color systems out there are based on gimmick like that. But Sir Isaac Newton gave us a system, a foundation for my system that you can depend on to always be there and be correct. And that's the number one thing that people tell me. Once they get on our system, they never change because it's based on science.
Well, are you working as a consultant now? Or do you have a salon where people come in and can get a makeover? Do you go to them? And then I'm going to ask you about some chapters in this book, the names of some of your chapters in this, because this is the first time I've seen this book, and it's absolutely wonderful.
Well, where did you start? Yeah, I've kind of
I
lost track
do that
of where
to people.
you were
I
taking
give
me.
you, 16 questions and say pick one.
Yes.
So, are you working as a consultant? Do you have a studio?
At one time, I had 2 studios.
Okay.
I had a hair salon and makeover studio down by the BYU. And then I had a large company that had sold over 351 franchises, plus they had 67 operating franchises, come and want me to put together their cosmetic line for them. So we checked them out. They were written up in Forbes and another magazine. And so I went with them because they looked really solid. But through mismanagement, they lost a $5 million line of credit.
Oh, my goodness.
And that threw me back into the chute because I had given up my hair salon. And so I came back and I thought, what's one thing that I can start with to restart.
Rebuild your business, yeah.
Rebuild my business. And that's when I came up with the Miracell skin products because I knew how good they were. So that's what we did. And we've built that to over $1 million business.
Good for you, girl.
Yes, I'm proud. I'm proud.
You should be.
I'm proud of Miracell because people get amazing results with all kinds of skin problems.
Okay, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. So, but I want to I want to get your background. So, where can people find you now?
On the internet at mybeautycode.com.
Mybeautycode.com. Is that your website?
It is.
Okay, mybeautycode.com. Okay?
Thank you. I just renewed everything, brought everything back, repackaged it, and I decided the main thing I needed to do was finish my book. It tells the science.
This is this book.
This book.
Okay.
It tells about discovering Sir Isaac Newton and work that I found with Leonardo da Vinci.
Really?
Yes.
The great artist.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a very romantic story. I love this story.
This is Unlocking Your Beauty Code, and it's got your name on it big here, Marilyn Starr Harris. Become more beautiful than you ever imagined using secrets unlocked by masters Da Vinci and Newton. Well, right. Beautiful picture. Were you working as a photographer for a while, or did you have someone?
Yes, we had a makeover studio.
Yeah, because I just wonder if this beautiful woman that's on the front here.
I chose her because she looked like she was timeless. She could have been.
She has a classic timeless look, yeah.
Right. And we had a makeover studio. We used our color system and the things that I'd learned about line, and people would say to us, how is it I can come here to your studio and get 9 or 10 photos that I love, and I go to someplace else and I may be lucky to get one? And it's because we did their makeover, their makeup in the right colors, their backdrops in the right colors, and then we used the right styles for their hairstyle and their clothing styles.
Do people still... They need it. I know that. They need it. Do they still understand that it's available to them to learn these different things? Because I grew up understanding that I was a winter because my hair was dark. Uh-huh. And I kept it that way for years and years. And then one day I thought, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to be a blonde, see if they have more fun. And so things changed, but I still think like I have dark hair. And so I haven't made it to the pastels. once in a while. But it'd be interesting. So I want to go through that wheel.
Your skin does this, but I want to say right now, this is nothing like the seasons. We do not get our colors from the seasons.
Okay, that get me straightened out in a hurry.
We get our colors from light interacting with the pigments in our skin.
No, that makes more sense.
And no one up to this point can tell you what your skin tone is made of. But if you were a dark, cool color, then I know immediately that the strongest pigment in your coloring is red, the second is blue, and your weakest coloring is yellow. So I know immediately how to identify the tones in your skin, and doing that, then I can put you in the colors that will bring your skin tones into balance. I can subtract your dominant red, add to your moderate blue, and multiply your weakest yellow. This brings you into the balance of pure light. And when you wear the right colors, you look radiant.
You have been doing this 20, 30 years.
Yes. Yes.
A long time.
A long time.
You know what you're talking about.
I do.
I find it interesting every once in a while. I listen to a commercial and somebody's reading a commercial and they claim they know what they're talking about and they're using some a movie star's name.
Yes.
And if you listen carefully, they don't. They do not know what they're talking about. And I need to be updated.
Well,
my information
my
is older because I haven't been involved in the beauty business for a long time. I've been running companies.
Right.
And I've been in network marketing, so I know that upside down and backwards, and I understand and how I found Kyanie, or how it found me, has changed my life. So, but I've not been in the color business for a long, long time, and boy, do I need redoing. And I'm looking at all the research you've done in this book, and I'm getting a headache thinking about how many years it took you to put this together.
Well, I wanted truth because I'd been told that I was both a warm and a cool, and then I was told I was a spring, then an autumn, then a winter.
That's kind of where I got left.
And then I thought, well, 3 out of 4 ain't bad, and I want to see if there's a science to this instead of all the gimme.
Okay, so this is now I'm at color. Color is science.
Right.
That always affects you.
Always.
And
we're surrounded by light, and light's interacting with our pigment. And so whether we know it or not, color law is operating.
But my skin tones have changed dramatically. They're not what they were.
They change subtly, not dramatically.
Oh, okay. Subtly over the years. You're right.
Right.
It's dramatic when you finally recognize what's happened, though.
You have not moved from, say, the coloring that you had to with the coloring of Susan Sarandon. You've still maintained, and I'm looking at your lipstick that you're choosing naturally, but you're choosing it instinctively because you know it works for you.
Well, certain things work for me. I do know that. I've been around this since I was, 15, I think was the first class I had modeling and with hair and makeup and so forth. Okay, so this book sells for
$59.99.
$59.99, and people can get it by going to your website?
mybeautycode.com.
mybeautycode.com.
And
is there a place to order there and
yes.
take a credit card and those whole thing?
And I have to tell you, it's a bargain. It's taken
well,
all
I
those
started to say
30,
this is
40.
I would say this is closer to $125 book by far. Yeah.
It is. And it's worth it. It's all the years of everything that I've learned in color, and you can go through your own color test, figure out where you fit, and it has color plates that tell you the colors you should wear.
Then tell me what this little book is. Is this somehow connected to the big book or not? Or is that just the
well, this is your shopping guide. So if you're going to go shopping
okay. You take
across
this little
the
book in
town
your purse.
or across the world, and it has information
colors
to
that
help
go with
you.
colors. Okay.
Well, it has information to help you decorate your home as well as build your wardrobe.
Oh, nice.
And what I do, and a lot my clients, we build our wardrobe in the right colors, and then you never again worry how you look.
Because you know.
You know.
You'll know.
And I know that anything I pull out of my closet is going to work for me.
Interesting thing. I was living on Lido Isle on the water. We had a home on the bay with beautiful windows and looking out into the water, the docks out front and so forth. And I thought, what is my favorite color? And we wanted to do kind of a Mediterranean. The home had a tile roof and it felt very Mediterranean. And so I went shopping and I found a lot of things that were in gold and red. Well, I'm a red personality,
Right.
and I thought, oh, this will be great. And I decorated the house downstairs. There was a gold carpet. I had some red furniture, and then I had a bedspread that was red. I was a miserable person between my natural effervescent personality and busy and on the go, and this busy red color and busy gold. I was worn out. Absolutely.
Right.
I thought that over so many years, and I thought what I really wanted was the ocean brought into my living room. I wanted
Right.
soft aqua colors and blues, and living with what I
Marine
Yeah.
blue is a beautiful
yeah.
color for you.
And here I'm in this red and gold. I was
Right.
all the time. I was tired. It
Right.
made me just simply tired, wore me out. So yes, it does have something to do with what you're going to live in and what your home has. And we wear.
You're a being of color, a being of energy, vibration, and light, because color is energy, vibration, and light. And when you wear the right colors, you're bringing your energy, vibration into the balance of pure light.
Well, I was going to say it was not harmony. What I
Right,
had done was not
right.
harmony. So now I'm back to a beginning point because I just have to get rid of all those thoughts in my brain. And I did. I moved out of that home, and my living room is mostly white because I'm happy I don't have to make a decision.
Oh, there's some beautiful colors that are so
but I'm
rich,
ready to do something different. So
rich and wonderful.
these first of all, the photographs are absolutely amazing. I don't know
Thank
where you
you.
got them from, or if you took them yourself.
They're
or,
just normal people. We did not use models. We just
really,
used
these are all people you knew.
And
This is amazing
some
research.
of them we didn't know.
Really?
Some of them, they came into the studio for the first time. We actually had students at a beauty school do some of the makeovers. They were well trained, but the only criteria I gave them is when you do these makeovers, you need to use our cosmetics. We color typed the women, and then they used our line of cosmetics. And I was so rewarded because my granddaughter just graduated in editing. And so she went through the book, the last edit on it. And when she was through, she said, "Grandma, why do they all look so natural?" And I said,
That's
because
the
they're in
compliment,
the
yeah.
right colors.
They're in the right colors.
They don't look made up.
When you buy a book like this, you may have 4 people that they've made over, and you get to look at that.
Right.
And what you have done here is extraordinary because you got literally hundreds of pictures in this book.
Yes.
And they're of real people. Now, here's a little gal that had spiked her hair all over the place, standing straight up.
Right.
And you reversed, and she's very reddish, orange. And you reverse the hair and have it coming down like a little pixie cut
Right.
down on her
She's
forehead.
a beautiful example of the pixie
Well,
cut.
she is, and my goodness, it changed her whole face and her whole look. And you've lightened everything in her face.
Right.
From where, wow, this is a
Look.
beauty. Everybody should have this, particularly teenagers. They're so curious now.
Grandmothers will bring their granddaughters to us because
can believe
they
that.
want them to start out looking beautiful. Fathers will bring their daughters to us.
Are you doing this through the internet, or are you? I'm going to go back to that question. Are you doing consulting? Working
Right
with
now,
people?
I'm doing it as a consultant. I'll bring people to my home or go into their homes. And I'm very excited because we just found that our funding has come through, and I want to build a beautiful salon combination training center. I have a professional training course for beauty professionals that I'm very excited to
That
launch.
would be fun.
Yes, it is. And it's a perfect thing for your modeling. And
it
we
would be
take the
wonderful.
guesswork out of it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's true.
Well, I was going to do this all myself, and then I thought, no, I don't need to do runway. I can work with somebody with print because I've got so many years behind me of all of
Right.
this. In fact, my family's trying to figure out what to do with 5,000 pictures or something over the years that I accumulated from,
Right.
from print work that I had
Right.
been involved with, and a couple of movies. We're going to throw some stuff up on a website. I think it'll be fun. But I didn't know what to do for color. So you've answered all this. I'm absolutely fascinated by this book. Every page is different than every other page. All of your research is in here. And you've even gone into clothing. Look at this.
That's my dream, is to build our
Oh,
own
look at
clothing
this.
line.
Get people in the right colors. one of the things I hope to bring to the attention and awareness of people, because we're going to be working with Big and Beautiful, people 50 and over,
Right.
all the way down to
Right.
10-year-olds, and they'll be in their age groups. They'll be working in their age groups, all on Saturdays. And I would like to just suggest to some of the women in our neighborhood, in our community here in Utah County, that you can wear loose-fitting clothes, have a very stylish look, and you can accent it with great jewelry.
Right.
That's costume jewelry, doesn't have to cost a fortune. You can have coats that come a little longer and give
Right.
you a straighter look. And I see a lot of Levi's on size 20 people, size 16s,
Right.
and they shouldn't wear Levi's or pants or anything
Right.
else unless they're going to cover it with a long shirt now or jacket. Now you add the right colors.
Right.
And you have a very stylish look. So we're going to be doing that, and it looks like you've also done this.
We had one customer come into our beauty shop for years. She was quite overweight, but she wore the right colors and her hairstyle was right. Our beauty shop was down by the BYU, lots of young men and young women. It never failed when that woman came in. One of the young people would say, "She's such a beautiful woman." And
Because she
in
was
all the
dressed
years,
properly.
no one ever commented on her weight. When you get the right hairstyle and wear the right colors and the right lines in your clothes, you're beautiful.
That's a good way to put it. That is a good way. Oh, Marilyn, you're great. I'm speaking with Marilyn Harris. We've reacquainted today after many years of not seeing one another, and it's just been fun to talk with her and to realize what she has done. She now has $1 million company, and we're going to go through some of this makeup a little more individually. But the book is an absolute must. It's $59.95. They can buy it online. Can they get it on Amazon? Can they get it in the stores anywhere?
Not yet.
Not yet. So just go to give your website again.
mybeautycode.com.
My Beauty Code. The book is available there. Did you find her website? Okay, good. Yeah, we're going to go to commercial break, and I'll be back with Marilyn, and I'll see if I can tear myself away from this book and come back to the camera and the radio. Thank you. We'll be right back.
You've heard ads to send your old jewelry off to a refiner. Stop! Here's a better idea. Take your old jewelry and diamonds to the jeweler's bench. We are conveniently located in downtown Provo at 275 North University Avenue. I'm Daniel Broadbent, owner of the jeweler's bench. We are experienced in selling and buying fine jewelry. We give you an honest evaluation of what your pieces are worth, then give you several options. The jeweler's bench can buy your jewelry for cash now, or sell it for you on consignment, or even repair it or make it into something new. We buy antique jewelry, broken, worn-out jewelry, new jewelry, coins, or any other kind of precious metal. We will evaluate and give you the best value for your diamonds. Gold is high. Now is the time to sell. You need to convert that valuable stuff that you are not using into something that you can use right now. Come to the jeweler's bench for an immediate free evaluation. We are open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 275 North University Avenue, downtown Provo. We'd love to help you soon.
Hello, my name is Lawrence Law, I'm CEO of Vantage Credit Alliance. We have the opportunity to share with you some credit repair tips and strategies, how to get out of debt and stay out. The cost of bad credit is about $12.50 an hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. If you're interested in learning the tips and strategies on how to improve your credit scores and improve your debt, join with us. This is Lawrence Law, and I'm on the...
And bringing models in. Okay, we're back. We're sitting here chatting, and you get to listen in, and that's the absolute best part. I do hope you'll call a neighbor, let them know to find us on pat.utahvalleylive.com and on KHQN 1480 AM. Share this information, because this is, every woman wants to look her best. Every young girl would love to look their best, but then we've got men. I've worked with a lot of men over the years,
Yes.
and I have learned a lot about color that I maybe need to relearn now, because there are certain men, if they wear brown, I'll tell you, they're just duller than dirt to deal with. I mean, it's
Right.
just not fun.
It washes them right
It
out.
does. And there's a color of blue that's almost a midnight blue that's got a lot of light in it. Now, that sounds
Right.
strange, but that I did recognize.
Right.
So you've got this organized and pulled together.
I've been called in to work with men politicians. I was called in years ago when Senator Hatch was going down in the polls, and I went in and did a review of his colors and his mannerisms, his photographs, his articles and told him what to do, and he wrote it up on a little 3x5 card that he carried with him, and he went up in the polls and he stayed up. I worked with Ray Beckham and several other politicians.
Ray, yeah.
Yeah, Ray recently told me, he said, "You changed my life, Marilyn."
No kidding.
He's a dear friend. Ray
Well,
and Jeanette.
those are some of the right people, names to mention. And we just had an off-camera or off-radio conversation here, and I think we may be able to get Marilyn in once a week.
That would be so fun.
And come in and actually do a makeover, actually bring models in.
Before and after.
Before and after. Can we do that?
You
Can you
bet.
do that in an hour?
Yes, you can take the before a week,
Right.
you stagger that, and then
Okay.
you do the after, and then all you do is bring up the before and show
So
the
they can see
person
the
after.
picture.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And also get into clothing and do some things and get
Yes.
you involved in the school that we're going to start. Wow, this has been fun. Okay, did you get this, Kelly? Get a picture of this? Of the book. I want to show this one more time. It's $59.95, and it's on Marilyn's website, which is...
mybeautycode.com.
She's got such a great voice, mybeautycode.com. It's a very gentle, soft voice, a very kind voice. I love this. It's a revolutionary new breakthrough in the science of beauty and appearance. And boy, have you nailed it down in this book. I can't wait to read every single page. So I'm going to recommend this because it has wonderful pictures before and after. She has her scientific studies in here. And yeah, if you can put that back up. Okay, did we get it? Okay, great. Now, a couple more things. This is a little booklet that you can put in your purse, take it with you so that you know that what you're doing is the right thing. This is how I remember you.
Yes, pretty dark hair.
With the dark hair. We all had dark hair once upon a time. But it also shows various styles of pants, jackets, wardrobe, things to wear. And your colors are right here in the book. It's a great little book. So I'm hoping that we can get her in here more so that we can learn more about, there's just so much to learn. Now, what have you given me here?
That's I call this my business card, but it's a little
Okay.
brochure so that when I give my business card out, it helps people know more about the company and the
And what you're doing in this
what
little,
I'm
it's a
doing.
little
Uh-huh.
four-fold, both sides.
Yes.
Well, that's a great little card, for goodness sakes, and it's got where you are and how you are and who you are and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay, so are you still in the Provo area?
Yes.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
Good. And then this one is?
Our skincare, and that's a similar brochure. You open it up and you see our products. And that one has a little sample on it so that people
And
can
is
actually
this like
try
an
it.
oil base? What is this that I have
It's a
here?
pure botanical extracts. So
And I use this on my hands and face?
yes, I use it on my face every day from here clear down to here.
Okay.
It's marvelous on cuticles. You can use it anywhere on your body because it's so natural that wherever you have a skin problem, your skin will use it to renew itself. Your skin is intelligent, and it will renew itself if you give it the right ingredients. I always say, if you get a cut on your hand, you don't tell your body to go down there and fix that cut. Your skin does it on its own, and when you give it the right ingredients to work with it, it works miraculously.
I know that being a diabetic for 14 years took its toll on my feet.
Yes.
And I'm looking at this. You have, is it the same product that you would use on your feet?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not having problems anymore because my blood sugars are totally normal now.
Good.
And I'm not taking any
I'm glad.
medication. So, but I'm looking at this, and you've got hand and foot support cream, serious skin support cream, scar and stretch marks for
I
support
use that
cream.
on my face as an
Do you?
anti-aging cream.
There you go. And it works. Lip support. And this thing goes on and on. It's lip balm or lip calm.
Lip calm.
And what is this Maricel product? Is Maricel your
Maricel.
line or
Yes,
it's
it's-
your line?
it's our line.
Miracell, Maricel.
Right.
And boy, you've got pictures of foods here that are great. This is a terrific little brochure. Everybody should have this at least to take a look and say, "Can I improve?" Yes, you can.
It strengthens your skin, and I've actually had men with diabetes come and tell me that they feel that the strengthening power of our skin relief and support has helped them keep their skin alive and healthy on their feet.
One of the things that happens with diabetes, you become very dry and your skin begins to crack.
Right.
And I avoided that because I do use a lot of creams on my feet now that I'm not taking a lot of any medication really.
Good.
But I've had people say, well, use avocado, just spread avocado. Well, this is a better deal.
we have it's a blend of 13 botanical extracts, and each one has a specific role it plays in keeping your skin healthy and comfortable so that you look beautiful. You want beautiful skin to look beautiful.
Now, you've got an anti-aging foundation.
I do.
And I just happened to pick this one up. This is great. And you've got a full color line, right?
Right.
Okay. But the only way to find out what is the right thing is to have you talk to them, right?
Right.
All right. Okay.
Well, they can discover what's the right thing for them in the book. And the book has complete directions for how to do makeup. A lot of women feel insecure about how to do makeup. That's a little e-book that's on our website.
It's called A Taste of the Diet of Light and Life.
Right.
I love it. And you can get this online. Do they have to
Yes.
pay for a subscription, or can they just download it?
They can download it
Okay.
for
Again,
$9.99.
for $9.99. Okay,
Right.
and again, it's on your website,
It is
which is
mybeautycode.com.
beautiful. Love that picture. Could eat it.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, that's a beautiful picture. All the good
And
fruits.
it's not a
vegetables.
diet like we say, a restricted diet. It's that if you will eat certain kinds of food and eat them consistently, that you will have health and energy, vibrant life.
Well, I've been learning to eat more raw food, more
Right.
green food,
Right.
and I did that when I was younger. I lived on greens because I had to be a size 10. I could
Right.
not get advertised, mostly around at 8. The old
Right.
clothes coming in from
Right.
Europe, we had to be size 6. And at 5'8", that worked. And
Beautifully.
then I got lazy and didn't shop enough. And so I'm back to this, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I'm back to eating more raw foods. And you know what? My skin is holding up better.
Right.
I think because I'm putting healthy products like the cayenne in my body, and I'm eating so many more greens.
Right.
It does make a difference. And something that has been interesting to me, if you get all sugar out of your body, I mean, you completely get off of sugar.
Right.
It's hard to do for those of us that were raised and we like sugar, and we were raised with it in the house, and we ate cereal because we didn't know any better, loaded in sugar. But if you get all sugar out of your system, everything begins to taste sweet.
Right.
An
Everything.
amazing thing happens.
Yes.
All kinds of foods that you think that can't possibly have a sweet taste to it, but it does.
But it does.
And somebody said once that we destroy our palate, our taste buds, the same way that someone smoking does. They don't get the same taste because of the
Right.
smoking over the years, but we do that by eating sugar and white flour.
Sugar
We
and
absolutely
white
kill
flour.
off our ability to really taste the wonderfulness of good foods.
Those
Good.
are the two
You-
destroyers of health.
It's true, and you've got it all wrapped up. Okay, now talk about these two little show and tell that you have of color. One
Well-
looks like it's warm and one looks cool.
Yes, we have actually 6 collections that coordinate with the 6 main separations of the color wheel. I brought 2 today, and this is our...
I don't know, Kelly, if you can get this or not, if I can tip it a little bit.
Well, here,
Does it
you
kinda-
can tip that, and
Okay,
then I'll tip
you
this.
hold those. Okay. Can
This...
you see, does it is at all? For our radio audience, these are little kits, and they have little departments for foundation and eye cream and rouge, and it's holding brushes for powder or eyeshadow. And what else have you got over there?
Well, we have the blush and the eyeshadows, and we have a brush on brow. We have mascara, lining pencils, lipstick.
So this
The
all
thing
comes
that
in
I-
one little kit.
It does, and it's all refillable. And so it all snaps together, interlocks.
Oh, for
So
travel.
whether
with a
you're
mirror
going
and the
to-
whole works. Oh, that's
You
great.
can go out of town overnight, or you can go across the world, and it's about the size of a small
And
Bible.
this is called the Signaire.
It's the Signaire Beauty Code line of makeup.
Thank you.
And
Kelly.
you can take it apart and put it back together, and it's called our Traveler Kit.
I just love that. Now, I know at Christmas, everyone that ever thought of having color about anything, they sell these things for $16. But it's scary what the products have in them.
That's
it really
right.
is scary what you're putting on your skin. So one of these has everything that you would need. I mean, absolutely everything in one
Yes.
kit right here.
Right,
Brushes,
absolutely.
mirrors, the whole works.
Yes.
What does this sell for?
The custom color sells for $249.99.
Okay, $249. But you know what's in every single product, right?
I do, and it's actually the main products are made by a company back in New Jersey, all American, and these people are Jewish people that build their products on the principles of the clean and the unclean, which sounds funny.
The clean and the unclean? Okay.
Yes, clean and unclean ingredients. It actually could be blessed by a rabbi pet.
That's a good statement.
I have dear friends in all faiths.
Oh, that is wonderful. Well, these are exciting things to hear about. I'm speaking with Marilyn Starr Harris, and we're going to spend the last 15 minutes talking about the Jefferson Center. I have a next-door neighbor. You have met her here on the air. She's been on 3 or 4 times with me, Pam Openshaw. She got interested in the original Constitution because it's startling when you read the Constitution we have today.
Yes.
And how many times it's been changed by every president along the way. It is nothing, practically doesn't even read like the original Constitution. Certainly a number of things have been omitted, and there's the constant process of people continuing to want to omit anything that perhaps is a little struggle for them. It's a long way from the original. So she has come on to talk about it. She's going to be coming on again, we hope. And all of this has kind of been generated and pushed forward by the Jefferson Institute. And with that, let me turn it over to you. And how do you fit into all of that?
Well, for years, I've been concerned about the eroding freedoms of America. I started out in the 70s with the first class taught by Cleon Skousen in his Freeman Institute. And so I was aware of the problems, but I kept seeing these things happen, and I didn't understand why. When I met Dr. Glenn Kimber, he has identified the core problem. And Thoreau said that for every hundreds, thousands of people swatting at the branches, there's one cutting at the root. And I've seen people telling us they had solutions, and this is our problem, and this is our problem, and if you'll donate to me...
We hear this every day if you're listening to the
Yes.
news every day. Every
Yes.
politician is saying, mine is a better way.
Right, and if you'll donate to me, we'll give you
Right.
this solution. Well, I was so confused I didn't know where to go. When I found Dr. Kimber, he said the core problem is this. The Constitution that we had in 1905 is not the Constitution we have today. It has been amended. The 16th, the 17th, the 14th, and the 24th Amendment have done this. They've taken away our states' rights. They have given us direct taxation, which was absolutely against everything our founders had. And I realized along the way that the minute they can tax our income and our property, we are no longer free. Then they put in the Federal Reserve System.
Let me back up on that one.
You bet.
I was doing some genealogy, and I'm Scottish, Irish, English, and so
Yes.
forth. And my question was, at the time, why were they always moving? And it's because they were taxed to pieces,
That's
absolutely
right.
taxed to death. And we are putting ourselves in harm's way. If we aren't careful, you're right, our salaries will be taxed, our cars will be greater tax, our bodies will be taxed, everything that we can think of, including our very lives.
Right.
And it will all be taken away from us. We will not be free.
We are not free now because we have income tax and we have property tax. And that means that if you don't pay your income tax and if you don't pay your property tax, they can take your property
And
they do, and put people in prison. And there are ways to fund the government. And the other problem that we have is our federal government is way out of control. When I taught Bible classes, I realized that the Lord set up a perfect system. He had small communities, representatives of each family went to the communities. They solved the problem. The solution to the problem was close to the problem itself. If we have a problem in the city, it's easy to go to City Hall. If we have a problem in the state, it's easy to go to the state. We have a problem that we have to go to Washington, D.C. for a solution. It's very, very difficult. And you cannot take $1 and put it through government and come out ahead. You can't do it. So I was thrilled to death because in 1905, with the Constitution that was, as the Founding Fathers created it, America, with less than 6% of the population of the world, was producing over 50% of the wealth of the world. That means we had jobs, we had opportunities, we were a nation that was always helping other people. We had abundance, and I've looked at that over the years, and I thought instead of sending foreign aid to these countries, we should be sending them the model of how to do that. President Reagan caught that when he said, America is a city on the hill. And I thought this year, watching the protesters in Egypt, Libya, and Iran, those hearts, those people's dreams died with them on those streets. What they hoped for and yearned for died on those streets with them, because people worldwide want to be free. America had that. We have had that eroded by, I feel, evil people. People that want to destroy our Constitution.
Well, I agree.
And I feel like if we can get that message of how that Constitution that has been destroyed, and how to repair that and bring it around, and we can do that.
How? I went to a meeting next door to Pam's, and they had just maybe, 15 people there.
Right.
How can 15 people make a difference?
Well,
and one way is to get it out on the media, which is what we're trying to do right here with the Jefferson Center, is to get message around the world, particularly through the United States. But how can we as individuals?
When I worked in politics years ago, Senator Hatch asked me to go into different campaigns and work and help him. I realized the value of an honest grassroots situation. The problem with a formal organization is you get an organization and it gets infiltrated. But through people like you and I sharing this, we're putting a package together and just share it. There's a need. People are feeling frightened in America. We know what we had. We know what it can do. We're constantly told that we're free, but we're not free anymore.
Well, one of the things is now we have so much media, different types of media that we can use, all the social media that we can use.
Yes.
And we have the vehicle. We have a radio station.
Right.
We have the streaming video. And I really want to use it. One of the things I'm really hoping will happen is we've got some time in the afternoon. I'm trying to put a small focus group together from 5 to 6, and I'd like to put another one together from 4 to 5.
Right.
Really talking about the Constitution.
Right.
The other group will take on all kinds of subjects.
Right.
But I would like to have during that drive time a group of people that come in and do exactly what you folks are doing, but get it out on the air.
Right.
These programs are archived, and people are sending them all over the place, putting them up on their sites and everywhere. And so we can get a message out that is really a vibrant message that makes a difference. I'd like to do this every day. I mean, I'm listening to television every day.
Every good marketing message is simple. It has a simple, direct thing. And I feel like with the Tale of Two Constitutions, we can help them understand the problem, help them understand the solution. And if all of us do a few simple things, I think it can go across this nation.
And you just nailed something there. A few simple things. People don't know what to do.
That's right.
And most of us are waiting. What did I read years ago? A nation of sheep.
Right.
People don't know. They need to be. They need to have leadership, and we're trying for it. I don't want to run out of time without asking you. We know what's going on tonight. I have a Kyani meeting. You're all invited to it. And just call me, 801-362-9552, 362-9552. I'll meet up with you. We'll go to this meeting tonight. Apparently they're starting earlier, but it's going to go till midnight. This whole thing going on in Iowa is going to keep going. Okay, how do they line up in your thinking?
How does what line up?
Well, the politicians. Is Mitt going to be on top of this, or
I like Mitt Romney.
Ron Paul is
Ron Paul is an honest man. He's the one who has not taken advantage of his position.
But he's scary because of his foreign policy lack of understanding.
Well, my feeling is that Mitt Romney has done what America needs done for years. He's gone in and taken troubled companies. He's turned them around. He's had to deal with liberal people in his state. He's had to learn how to see both sides of a law. People say flip-flops. Well, I've studied deeply on the issues that they claim that. A lot of people don't want him to come front and center.
People get to change their minds if they have more understanding and more information.
He has. When he's gotten more information,
he's
done amazing things with companies, and I believe he has the skills and the insight to do it for America as well.
That'd be fun.
Yes.
That'd be exciting. Are you involved in any committees at the moment? You're out stomping anywhere?
I'm not. I'd love to. I'd love to get in front of Mitt, and I would even love to get in front of Ron Paul because he doesn't come across presidential. But the thing that's really scary, which I want to say, is that when Obama ran, he had a cable TV station, and he ran 24/7, a half-hour program. It's
called an infomercial.
Well,
right.
It was.
Yeah, it was
and it was telling people, you don't need to worry. You don't need to.
I'll take care of you.
I'll take care of you. And I thought of my teenage sons. When our teenage sons wanted us to do everything, I handed them a barbell, and I said, you lift this. And as they lifted it, I said, whose muscle's getting strong? And then they said, well, mine. And I said, give me the barbell. And I lifted it. And I said, now whose muscle's getting strong? And they said, yours. And I said, I want you to have strong muscles. And that's what I'm saying to America. If Americans want to be strong, they need to be lifting the barbell, not the federal government.
That is a wonderful way to put it, Marilyn. Absolutely wonderful. We have lots to talk about.
Yes, we do.
And I'm delighted. I am too. This you know, things happen sometimes the way they're supposed to. I didn't have a guest today. There was a cancellation. And that happens because people have lives and things happen.
True.
And I mentioned this to a neighbor, and she said, I'm tied up. I'm not feeling very well. And she gave me Marilyn's number and our name. We started talking. I said, that sounds like Marilyn Harris. And I called, and we haven't spoken in years. And here you are, and you're interested in things that I'm interested in. But this great background that you folks have in the Constitution. Now, I'm open for learning about that. I didn't know until Pam came on the air with me that it had so completely changed from the original design of the Founding Fathers. It doesn't even read the same. It's really horrible at what's happened, and it'll continue to change unless we have some people that will put their foot down and say, no, this isn't going to change. Right. I want to know how we wound up with no prayer in the schools. I wanted to know how we wound up having to move monuments off of public property because they honor a president. I mean, I find this just insanity.
They have a very strong agenda. Number one is to abolish all religion, to abolish family life, including marriage, and to abolish private property and inheritances.
But why didn't somebody put a foot down and say no? Because they're afraid of being sued?
Good people are never the match for evil people. Evil people will lie and manipulate, where good people like yourself are trying to do better and better. You're trying to be a better person.
Well, it's time we stood up.
It is.
It's time we stood up and fought back. Thank you for being with us today on KHQN AM 1480. We appreciate your being with us on pat.utahvalleylive.com. We have other folks. Just go to utahvalley.com and you'll find each one of them. Our hosts are there. The programs are archived. We invite you to look at the past programs and stay with us for the future. Marilyn Starr Harris, you're still a star, girl. You're still a star. Thank you so much for coming on with me today. We appreciate our sponsors. Kyani, thank you for all that you've done for my life. We do have a meeting tonight. If you'd like to join us, it's in Orem, 801-362-9552. Have a great and safe day, and listen up tonight. It's going to be really interesting. Bye-bye now.